Hi, this is Bryan, and today we're going to show you how to install the BimmerTech Multimedia Interface HD and the SmartView HD, which features an Apple TV 3. The mounting location that we're going to show you today works well with vehicles with and without navigation. Let's begin by removing the wood trim. To do this, gently slide your BimmerTech trim tool behind the trim and gently pry up to release the clips. Be very careful on the far right side of the trim as it's very thin. Next, unplug the climbing control and the hazard clips and gently place your trim to the side. Release the lower trim by gently prying from the top down and disconnect the map light. Using a T20 bit, remove the 4 screws that secure the faceplate in place. Gently remove the faceplate and unplug the connection on the right-hand side. Before removing the head unit, let's go ahead and drop out the glove box. Open your glove box and remove the 4 T20 screws located across the top. There's limited space, so we recommend using a thumb driver. Remove the dash side trim by gently prying up. You may need to pull down the weather stripping to remove this piece. Once it's out, you'll see a hidden T20 screw that needs to be removed. Now let's move to the passenger footwell. Begin by removing the two 10mm bolts as shown. Next, gently pull down on this trim from the front to release the 3 clips that secure it in place. Then disconnect the 12-volt socket and the light. Very careful during this next step. Remove the 2 T30 bolts that secure the airbag in place. This needs to be removed to access the 2 additional T20 screws that secure in the glove box. Please note, we never recommend disconnecting the airbag. Lastly, remove the 2 T20 screws as shown. Once you've done that, disconnect the 3 plugs and gently slide out the glove box. Here you can see our mounting location. Now that the glove box is removed, remove the 2 T20 screws that secure the head unit in place and gently slide it out. Remove the large block connector by gently pulling up on the release bar. Then, using a trim tool, pry up on the tab that secures the optic cables in place. These need to be removed and reinserted into the end of the new harness. Take your existing block connector and plug it into the new harness. Then plug the other end into the head unit. You'll notice the power connector and audio RCAs that stem from the new harness. Feed these behind the head unit out the glove box opening. Now remove the 2 T20 screws that secure the iDrive in place and gently pull up to release the clips. Gently remove the video cable and route the existing cable to the glove box opening. The video cable has 2 different connections. Be sure to compare the plug on the existing cable to the new one that's to be installed. Then install the new video cable to the iDrive and route the remaining cable to the glove box opening. Reinstall your iDrive screen. Route any additional wires to the glove box opening, such as your front view camera. Then reinstall your head unit. Next, set your dip switches to reflect your accessories. For example, in this demonstration we're working on 2013 328i with a small LCD screen, a SmartView HD Apple TV and HDMI 1, a rear view camera, and a front view camera. So our dip switches would be set to number 1 off, number 2 on, number 3 on, number 4 off, number 5 on, number 6 off, number 7 on, number 8 off. Let's go ahead and connect everything. First, plug the RCA harness into AV in and out. Next, plug the power cable into the slot labeled Power. This is the wire that stems from the large block harness we installed earlier. Now take your old video cable and plug it into LVDS in. Then plug your new video cable into the LVDS out. Next, you'll find an RCA and a connector dedicated to the rear view camera and another dedicated for the front view camera. Plug the yellow RCA from the rear view camera into the designated yellow RCA and plug the white connector from the rear view camera into the labeled connector in the harness. Do the same for the front view camera. Take the audio in RCAs that stem from the large block harness and connect them to the audio out RCAs. Here's a quick tip to help troubleshoot any audio issues. First, always make sure your vehicle's audio mode is set to aux. If you're still not hearing audio, connect the RCA cable on the left into the audio out RCAs pictured on the right. Next, run the 3.5mm plug to your center console and plug it into the armrest where it's labeled aux. Now it's time to install the SmartView HD Apple TV. Plug the Apple TV's USB into the USB located in the RCA harness. Then connect the supplied HDMI cable from the Apple TV into HDMI 1. Using double-sided tape, mount the Apple TV as shown. Now that all the connections are made, let's go ahead and install a piece of double-sided tape on the back of the MMI. Be sure not to cover any of the air vent holes. Now we're going to mount the multimedia interface. In addition to double-sided tape, we also zip-tied the components in the vehicle for added security. Secure all of the loose wires and insert them next to the MMI. Using a piece of double-sided tape, mount the Apple TV's IR sensor in your desired location. Reassemble your vehicle and the installation is now complete. Thanks for watching and let us know if you have any questions.